With that being said, I have a substantial bet placed on the Super Bowl. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to get into it. And you're going to think what? What?
Why not?
No.
What do you mean?
Next week. Next week.
The house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. I've been practicing this a little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed. It was good. I liked it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Big Easy Bets podcast. I'm your host, Logan, and with me in the studio, Nick Von Brick.
What up?
With us on the ones and twos, Joseph Ascani.
You.
Episode 144, the stage is set, Super Bowl 57. We now know who is going to Arizona. The Eagles and the Chiefs will face off. So this is going to be a pretty quick episode. We're going to recap everything that happened in each game, give our opinions on what transpired, but before we dive into that, we're going to announce the winner of the $200 giveaway. Again, all you had to do to be entered into this giveaway was subscribe to the Big Easy Bets TV YouTube channel. First 200 subscribers, we're in the running for a free $200. And the winner is, drum roll, Curly 1972. Congratulations, you are the winner of the $200 giveaway. So you reach out to us, either Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, wherever. Reach out to us with your information, and we will get you your free $200. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for tuning in. All that good stuff. Odds are there's a good chance we will do a $300 giveaway. So the first 300 people subscribed to the page will be entered into that. If you're already subscribed and you want to get to that giveaway a little bit quicker, go tell somebody else to subscribe. And the quicker we get to 300, the quicker we're giving more money away. All right. Episode 144. Well, we got to recap how we did, I guess. I completely glossed over that. So we'll start with the first game. Eagles and Niners. We were all of us on the Eagles. It was Joseph's lock. So Eagles 2.5-point favorites. Blow them out of the water, but obviously for different circumstances than what we would have guessed going in. So what are your overall takeaways? I mean, super unfortunate if you're a Niners fan.
And then the backup, Joe Johnson, goes down too.
Yeah. Oh, wait, did he get hurt?
Yes.
Okay, because I was driving back.
There wasn't a chance even when he was playing, but it's like.
No, exactly. I was driving back from Dallas, so we were kind of like in and out a little bit. Like whenever we'd go to commercial, I'd fucking do something else on my phone. All I know is I came back and Purdy was in, but then they didn't let him throw at all. And I know Johnson fumbled. They had the critical fumble there right before halftime. So I was like, did they just pull him? Mm-hmm. But then it got to the point where I'm like, I didn't know he got hurt. I was like, why would you not? Purdy gives you no chance. If he can't throw, he can't throw, and you have no shot. Why would you not go with the guy who can at least physically throw the ball? So that makes more sense to me than I didn't know he got hurt. But I was like astounded. I was like, I cannot believe they're not going to go to him just because he fumbled. But yeah, if you're a Niners fan, that is one of the worst ways to go out. That's what I was telling Lindsay. This entire season, you've sat there and you've gutted out every game, and you're like so invested, and then bam, one fucking play, done. You're scoring 7 points in the entire game. You're getting blown out 31-7.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just horrible luck all around. It's a testament to Shanahan, in my opinion, that you can be that many quarterbacks deep and still go to the NFC Championship game. But yeah, do you have any main takeaways, either one of you?
The Eagles looked good.
I'm iffy on it. What?
Why?
What
are you iffy about?
Because they did look good, but
that was a smooth 31 against a very good defense.
I look at it from the standpoint of offensively, San Francisco posed zero threat, and their defense got thrown right back onto the field over and over and over again.
That is fair. That's a fair point. Their defense was probably tired, but
in defense of even that point, to go against that point I just made, the Niners only gave up 10 points in the second half.
You wonder if with all the injuries, probably not, but if it would have made any difference with that first drive.
What do you mean?
Touchdown that shouldn't have been a touchdown because it was clearly incomplete.
Well, yeah, if I would really like to have seen what would. I still think the Eagles probably win and cover if Purdy plays.
Yeah.
But I mean, he wasn't making poor decisions. I didn't feel like. I know he got hurt early, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it was 7-7, right?
It was 7-7 after McCaffrey scored the touchdown.
Right. So it really should have been 7-0 Niners.
In theory, yes.
Right.
I don't know how you don't challenge it. He's getting up fucking.
Right.
He's like, hurry up. Like basically screaming out, I dropped the football.
Yeah.
Let's hurry up. And then they didn't throw the challenge flag.
Yeah, but more teams don't do that.
What, hurry up and go snap it?
It's like you're always like if you're watching and you're like if you're the player that caught the ball, they had a signal.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's exactly
more
what he was
teams need to implement that.
Well, the guy in the box needs to be like, hey, he's doing some shit with his hands that they don't typically do after a good catch.
It's like
Devontae Smith did that?
Yes,
yeah, right
did.
when he got up, they had a sick.
I saw it.
I didn't see that. Did we read that wrong? Alex said that when Josh Johnson came in, it said it was his 15th season.
Yeah, he's been in there
he's
a while.
been he was a journeyman. Yeah, he's never.
All I saw was like the Jets 1 or 2 years ago.
No, yeah, he's been. Didn't he play in the XFL too? Or am I wrong there?
I don't know.
I could be
wrong.
He
played for the Bucks. He played for so many teams.
Yeah. I really do feel like though, looking at, I don't feel like the Eagles have been tested this year. I really don't.
Well,
you got the Lions. So that before their first loss, the Lions in a 3-point win on the road, Vikings, which don't get me started, a dominant win against a Vikings team that wasn't as good as their record, Commanders on the road, Jaguars at home, Cardinals on the road, 3-point win, Cowboys at home, Steelers, Texans. So they were 8-0. Which of those 8 teams are good?
Jaguars.
I would put the Jaguars in a good
Well, I don't know
tier.
if you remember that
early in
game.
the year, though. I feel like they got clicking as the season went on. But yes, I agree. The Jaguars are good.
No, I'm
but
saying
they're
that
not
game
great.
Specifically, they were tested because I'm almost positive they were down maybe 17-0.
Yeah, it was a 29-21 win. I don't know. But yeah, you're probably right. So
that
yeah, I get what you're saying.
The Lions game wasn't really that close. The first game of the year.
Oh yeah.
If you go look at the plays,
weren't we on the
score.
Lions and they backdoored their way in? Yeah, Detroit scored 14 points in the fourth quarter, 14 unanswered.
But they were down like
it was. I don't know.
28.
I don't know when Detroit scored in the second quarter, but it was either 24-7 or 24-14, depending on when Detroit scored their second quarter touchdown, because they scored 1 touchdown in the first 3 quarters and 2 in the fourth. So yeah, yes, that probably wasn't as close as the score indicates.
Go through the rest.
So then they lose to the Commanders. Then they play the Colts, the Packers, which I don't think the Packers are good. The Titans, don't think they're good. At the Giants, blew them out. Bears, Cowboys again, us, and a loss. And then the Giants again.
So the Cowboys, really, if you look at it.
They've had a pretty easy go. I understand that the division, realistically, their division probably was the best in football.
Yeah.
So you got to take that into account, but it's still the fucking Commanders. I'm not like I don't put the Commanders in the good tier.
Mm-hmm.
I put them probably in like I don't even know how I would fucking tier it. I don't have tiers, but I would say like the okay. Titans, fringe, good, okay. No quarterback though. Giants, same thing. I'd put the Giants in the good. I would put the Giants in the good tier, but an ahead of schedule Giants team. They weren't supposed to really do much this year. Packers, overrated, in my opinion. Bears, 5-point win. Don't know. It could be closer than the score indicates, but Bears aren't good. They lost to us. I don't feel like they've really been tested. And then in the postseason, they got to go. I mean, they get the bye. They earn the bye, and then you play. Who the fuck was it? Johnson. And before that, you play Daniel Jones. Who I think Daniel Jones is not bad, but I think you can make a serious argument that they've had one of the easiest runs. Would you agree or disagree?
I mean, fair enough.
I mean, usually if you get the first seed, usually you have a more favorable.
Well, of course,
just like the Chiefs did. I mean, but the AFC just
is better.
Yeah,
stronger, right?
Yeah, I get it. But the Chiefs still had to go through a fucking.
But if you look at like even last year's Chiefs team, they were big favorites.
Yeah, and they had a double-digit lead at one point in the game. But they still had to go through a 12-round fight with the Bengals, whereas. And it's fortunate that Purdy gets hurt if you're an Eagles fan or if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, but they essentially had a preseason game at that point. it was okay. They could rest their starters if they wanted to going in the fourth quarter. So they're going to, I mean, it doesn't matter. You get 2 weeks until the Super Bowl. But
yeah, it's not like they had a schedule like a good example would be the Bengals.
Yeah, I felt like
Bengals had one of the toughest roads. I mean,
and that's a tough division.
Defense,
that's a tough
Bills,
division.
And then the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, just their playoff run was tough. Yeah, you got to go play in the snow against Buffalo. I'm not saying I don't think the Eagles are very good. I have a futures bet on the Eagles too. So I had a future on of the final 4 teams. I had a future on all 3. Or I'm sorry, 3, not counting the Chiefs. Chiefs were the only one I didn't have a futures bet on because they were like up there as like one of the favorites. I think they were number 2. So I had a futures bet on the Niners, which would have paid pretty nicely when I placed it. I think it was like right after Garoppolo got hurt. Don't even know what made me fucking think to place that. And then the Eagles is like 5-1. So it's not bad.
Right.
With that being said, I have a substantial bet placed on the Super Bowl. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to get into it. And you're going to think what? What?
Why not?
No.
What do you mean?
Next week.
Okay.
Next week.
Fair enough.
We also have to dive into. I'm doing a shitload of props, a lot of props. So y'all need to come. Y'all need to come with a lot of props as well.
Bet, say less.
I'm the king of props.
Well,
I think I was the king of props last year. How would you disagree?
Cody differs.
Cody
was the king of the squares.
He was the king of the squares.
Yeah.
What'd you have? 40 squares?
No, how much were they a piece?
I don't remember, $5 maybe. No, it might have even been $1.
Yeah, they were.
We're gonna do at least 2 this year. But yeah, what are you talking about? I fucking racked. I cashed in last Super Bowl in a big way. I made a shitload.
Didn't you have Odell?
No,
I had
he had a
Odell
bunch
first.
of 'em.
I had Odell first touchdown. I had Well, first off, the most electric bet. Pat McAfee's partner. He's an op now. He's partnered with FanDuel, and he's trying to tell everybody that the opening kickoff is going to be returned. And so he's like, "Oh, it's a stiff ball. It goes straight to the Hall of Fame. It's hard to kick." He said that is 100% getting returned. I was like, bullshit.
And people buy into that because he's a kicker.
Yeah. He works for the feds now. So I looked into it. I went back and ended up finding an article after the fact that did all of my research for me, and it was accurate. I could have just read the article, but I went back and looked at every team's kickoff for the entire year, kicking and receiving. How many times this team, when they kicked, was it a touchback, and how many times when they were receiving, did they return it or take a knee? I did it for both teams. I was like, it's a touchback. It's going to be a touchback 100%. Because some teams like to strategically kick it short and force you to return. And that was my lock of the week. That was my biggest bet. Or one. I mean, it was. I had.
That's my lock.
It was one of them. It was, dude. We kicked it off right off the bat. Everybody was quiet. Like, all right, here we go. I was cheering. I was going nuts.
Yeah, I don't even think he caught it, huh?
No, out the back of the end zone. That's why I was going crazy. I was like, he fucking almost made it through the other uprights. I had that. I had Odell first touchdown. I had Jesse Bates to get an interception. I had Jermaine Pratt to get an interception, which he got an interception if we're getting technical, but it was on a botched extra point snap. The guy went to go, the holder bobbled it and then gets up and just throws it, and Jermaine Pratt intercepts it. So it does not count as an interception, but that was one of the most electric moments of my betting career. And then a bunch of other shit. I can't remember what it was exactly. I know the Bengals covered. I made a lot of money that day. That was a very good day for me.
This is my year.
Well, it can be both of our years.
Coming for the throne. I suck at regular picks, so I gotta shine at something.
But I will be doing my research on the opening kickoff, whether it's a touchback or not. And I'm ready for it. I'm looking forward to that
year?
the most.
That would have been Zerline, huh?
I don't know who got the ball first.
Oh, okay.
Either Zerline or McPherson. I don't remember.
Right.
All I know is he fucking kicked it good. But yeah, so I'm ready for that. I'm about to start doing research there. But yeah, you probably feel like you know who I'm betting on, but I bet you don't. Let's put it that way.
I don't know you're betting on.
Yeah, but you could probably feel like you got an idea, judging by my initial breakdown. But
okay, well now I do.
Exactly, but
now I feel like I do.
But I could be reversing you. So now you have no idea.
Yeah, but why? No, because why would you be reversing us?
Because I don't want y'all to know.
Oh, yeah?
Nobody knows.
Okay.
I called the bookie. I said, I need you to increase my credit.
You wanted me to tell you who I would bet?
No. Next week. We're not giving out any bets on this episode because if we do that, then you're only coming back next week for props. So why not come back next week for both? All right, Chiefs. Again, like I said, this is going to be a short episode. Chiefs and Bengals.
Yeah.
So we all cashed in Eagles minus 2.5. We were all on the Bengals minus 1.5. I don't even know if you... Yeah, Bengals were your lock. Bengals were my lock. So credit to Joseph because that was not your lock. You hit yours. So, all right, let's talk about what happened. First things first, did you have a problem with them throwing the flag on the late hit?
No.
I didn't either. We were watching it. We just pulled in. Fucking 8-hour trip home. Just pulled in for the last drive. And then
I threw my hat on the ground. I said, I can't believe you just did that.
I looked at Lindsay. I said, that's a game-ending penalty.
Yeah.
And me, before they even picked Mahomes up off the ground, like he was falling, I said, that's game. It's over. Yeah. So everybody getting pissed about that, I don't understand. They're going to throw that 100 out of 100 times. Yeah. Whether he flopped or not, that's irrelevant. Great flop. Great fucking flop if he did. And it did kind of look like he kind of like flailed to the ground a little bit.
Yeah, but he was going to go to the ground regardless.
But what are you fucking touching him for right there? What are you doing? And I feel for the guy. I do. He sat there and he took the questions, and shout out to BJ Hill for standing next to him. I think that's his name. For standing next to him and kind of just giving him just being there for him through a tough time. But they show him crying and all that. And he played a hell of a game. He really did. He played well.
Yeah, that's reminiscent though of
Marcus Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah, played great. Interception got us back in the game. Yeah, no, it is. But, it's such a fucking boneheaded mistake. We were robbed of overtime again in another game that we deserve to see that game go to overtime. But it bugs me when they cry. I think you said the same thing.
Yeah, I hate when they cry.
Because it's like, us, like, same, dude. We want to cry too. You just fucked us with the dumbest play all year. But that wasn't the game. That was the final nail in the coffin. But there was plenty of other opportunities for the Bengals, in my opinion. So, like, a lot of people are pissed. So many people are pissed about, like, the officiating.
Yeah, I am too, but not about that call.
Yeah. Oh, no, overall, yeah.
I just thought, like, the last stretch of the game where, like, this thing was really up for grabs. Dude, the fucking Chiefs just got everything called. Like,
they did.
Every little bitty thing was called, and it didn't seem like the Bengals got anything their way.
Yeah, 100%. And that's where
the intentional grounding.
Yeah.
I don't get how that's intentional grounding.
I didn't get to see
name's 5 yards away from where the ball
was. It
lands.
the running back?
Yeah.
Okay.
P. Ryan's on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
The ball hits at the lineman's feet.
Yeah.
And they're saying there's no receiver in the area.
Yeah.
The last drive the Bengals had?
Yeah.
It was one of them. It immediately put them in like second and long,
but I think they converted, but it's like...
Yeah. So that probably put them in the 3rd and 16.
Where then
and
they
Hayden
converted,
Hurst.
yeah.
So when they converted that 3rd and 16... Because I'm like, they're fucked. They're done. You're done now. 3rd and 16.
Yeah, you got a punt with all that time. Yeah.
So, and then they pick it up. And I was like, oh, my God. Like, I thought for sure, like, there's a good chance they... Like, when they picked that up, I was like, oh, my God, now they legitimately might win the game. So, like, I flip-flopped right in that moment. But, yeah, the officiating was horrible. And I've said it a million times on this podcast that I firmly believe that you cannot blatantly rig a game, but you can influence a game how you want to influence it. But with that being said, I still feel like they had a chance to win, dude. Like, the Bengals had the ball tied up, I think, 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
And it was like the first time they got it, I'm like, finally, you're getting the fucking ball back and you're not losing. It's like, go march down, put a drive together. So it's by no means critical of Joe Burrow. I think it's just part of the game. Joe Burrow's...
Well, the line...
Yeah, that was a huge problem.
The pass rush was a big problem. And then, Boyd was about to have a fucking game.
Yeah.
And when he went out, that was big because I forgot which play it was. It was one of the critical 3rd downs. And
Over the middle?
It may have been, but I was just like, if he got sacked.
Yeah.
And there he actually had a decent amount of time, but somehow nobody ended up open. I'm like, dude, if Boyd's on the field there, there's no way one of those 3 receivers isn't open.
Yeah, because they're doubling the 2 on the outside.
Yeah, and they sent a blitz.
Yeah.
So everybody was going to be manned up in the back end.
Yeah. I felt like the Bengals got out-schemed terribly in the beginning.
Yeah.
But also, dude, I don't know. I'm bouncing all around because there was so much that I'm just like, with the officiating, my whole thing is, like I said, I feel like you can't rig a game. You can influence a game. They influenced the game. That's who they wanted to win. They wanted the Chiefs and Eagles, and they got what they wanted. They typically do get what they wanted, them being the NFL. But the Bengals had opportunities. So everybody crying, though, about the officiating, and we have a problem on our hands. That's why I tweeted out, nobody gave a single fuck in 2018. Nobody gave a single fuck about the officiating. Everybody just said, suck it up, quit crying. I had people talking shit to me as I was leaving the Superdome. That was when it should have became so apparent that the NFL had an officiating problem. That motherfucker Todd Prukop was on the field. I heard, and they pronounce his last name differently. They pronounce it like Prukop or something like that. But I heard one of the officials say Todd Prukop. I was like, what the fuck? Like, that was the first time I've ever heard his name since. I know every official that was on the field in the NFC Championship game in 2018. That was when we had a huge fucking problem, and they didn't do shit about it. So I don't fucking care anymore. They just fucking screwed the Bengals last year in the Super Bowl.
No,
It's over and over again.
Game.
So it's like,
they did do something about it and then took it away.
but they didn't. That was that was almost a backhanded here to
how many pass
Exactly.
interference
I don't
calls
think
were
one.
overturned that year?
I don't think
maybe one.
Yeah, maybe one.
Right.
and no more than that.
It would have to be like,
But there was multiple times where it was so blatantly obvious, and they would go review it, and they still wouldn't overturn it. I remember that was the whole thing was like, what the fuck do you have the rule for then?
Yeah, and then they said, all right, let's just take it away.
It's such a joke. It's such a joke. I've said it a million times on this show. I spent every dollar I had to go to that game. I should have saw the Saints go to the Super Bowl, and we got it wrongfully taken from us. So I don't fucking have sympathy for anybody anymore from that aspect. And it's like, I said it on Twitter a million times. Like, you'll fucking say get over it until it happens to you, and then you'll turn your attention on the NFL, and now we have a problem. We've had a problem for a long time. I've tweeted it out 5 times this year that the NFL has a huge problem on their hands when they're fucking laying Tom Brady down like a baby and they're still throwing flags for roughing the passer. They need to take serious steps. It's not even hard, but they need to take serious steps to put a better product on the field, one that doesn't feel like it's rigged. Because that seems to be the trending topic after every big game now.
They don't care.
They will eventually,
They don't care
I
if
think.
we know. They don't care. They know how much power they have.
They have as much power as we allow them to have, in my opinion.
Exactly.
If everybody got fed up, though, and was like,
won't happen.
fuck this, it probably won't, but it could.
But that's why they don't care, is because they are confident that it won't happen. And they know they can keep getting away with it. They're going to get the views regardless.
Yeah, but it's like nobody gives a fuck in LA, especially now. Nobody's watching the Rams in LA. So they rigged it for them to help gain a following and an interest for the Rams in LA. And it's like they laid an egg in the Super Bowl, and then immediately, I understand then they went back and won, and still nobody gave a fuck. But now they suck again, so nobody gives a remote shit.
Yeah.
But it's
They
like,
know nobody will care.
but it's like a lot of Saints fans stopped watching too. So it's like if you continuously do it and it becomes such a front page, like, oh, there's a problem, which it's becoming more and more. People are talking about it more and more. The NFL's rigged and this and that, and it's scripted and this and all of that. Eventually they'll put something in place. All you got to do is put a sky judge in.
Oh, yeah. PMT was pissed.
Was he?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, just put a sky judge in. The XFL had it right in the fucking first year of existence, or in the reboot. Just have somebody up there looking at everything. They'd look up and say Devontae Smith didn't catch it. Click. Bring it back.
Right.
Now it's Niners ball.
Yeah, what's the point of replay?
We have too much technology in the biggest games to keep botching these easy situations. Intentional grounding. Somebody up there unbiased, unaffiliated, which I get that's hard to fucking find or do, to have somebody completely unaffiliated. But yeah, nope, he's right there. Right there, threw it at his feet. No intentional grounding. Or whatever, dude. what happened on they get off the field and then now all of a sudden it's third down again.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. What was that?
How do you do
The
that?
play before that was an incompletion.
Yeah, but the referee said wind the clock on my signal. So the clock shouldn't have been wound is how I interpreted it.
So wait.
Yeah.
It was an incomplete pass.
It was 3rd and 12, right?
Well, it was second down.
Okay.
And it was second down, incomplete pass. Something happened
He
that he had to go. He had to tell the guy in the booth to adjust the clock to 2 minutes or whatever, 12 minutes, 10 seconds. And he said, on my signal, wind it. So he winds it, and then they go through the next play, 3rd and 9, and they get a stop. It was a short pass to Kelsey over the middle. They're getting off the field. Well, the fucking old-ass official is like trotting out there to try to say, hey, wait a second. Too late, motherfucker. The play's over. They're getting off the field now. And the way I interpreted it was that, oh, my mistake. We shouldn't have wound the clock. We have to redo the play. What the fuck?
So there was no flag on that play?
No.
Oh, wow.
No, it was a mistake by the officials.
How
and then
do
the next
you-
play they sack him, but the
But
hold by Eli Apple.
But yeah. And to have
wow. Did they score?
No, but it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. This is the biggest game to date. This is the face of
It
the
just
league.
seemed like every little thing like
Yeah.
that. It was like,
Chiefs.
To have the balls to throw that flag after you just fucked Cincinnati,
Yeah.
to throw that holding flag, he should have been able to get away with murder.
I don't know. He was sacked fairly quickly.
That's why I thought the same thing.
If he wasn't sacked when that was happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought the same thing. Was he holding him after Mahomes was on the ground? And this is what I'm talking about. That we shouldn't be coming away from almost every game, it seems, going like, that was bullshit. Like, if a quarterback doesn't get hurt and it's completely one-sided, then we're like, oh, this is rigged. This is who they wanted. Eventually, I feel like they're going to have to be like, okay, we got to just pose the illusion that there's integrity and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I couldn't believe that they allowed that to happen. And I don't give a fuck that it's like people saying, oh, well, the Saints still had a chance to go win in overtime. Like, oh, well, that didn't lose you the game. It's like, I don't give a fuck. Call the shit correctly. We have way too much technology. They're making way too much money.
Yes,
like,
they did. That argument still makes no sense.
Yeah, I know. People said it
did
should
lose
like
us the game.
Yeah,
The clock would be at 0.
yeah. No, yeah, we could have ran it all the way down, kicked the game-winning field goal. So yeah, that's people are just dumb. It drives me nuts how dumb people are. But I mean, what can you do? I tweeted something like saying that the Bengals had chances to win, and some dipshit on Twitter was like, said like, put your fucking mask on and shut up. I just blocked him. I was like, I'm driving. I can't get caught up typing. It was raining. I was about to start responding. I'm like, we're going to crash. But I'm like, what does that even mean? You dumb fuck.
Yeah, I don't know.
People are absolutely stupid. I think the Bengals window might be over. They have a lot of free agents. I'm serious. Their immediate window. Next year, I don't think they're contending for a Super Bowl. T. Higgins is probably gone. They have multiple defensive guys that are probably gone.
Yeah.
I don't know where Mixon's at. I don't know if he's a free agent or not.
T. Higgins is a free agent?
I think so. They keep saying the Giants need to go get T. Higgins. I could be wrong.
He's in the same class as Burrow.
Yes.
And no, this was their 3rd year. Usually their rookie contracts are like, 4 years or so?
Okay, you could be right. Maybe he's going into his last. People keep saying that
maybe.
Since he's going into his last year, then maybe that's what they're saying. But they're like, teams are going to go trade
Usually
for
they
Higgins.
like to get a deal done, before that happens.
I just look, but they had multiple people that are free agents. And so it's like, it doesn't mean like, oh, Burrow's not going to win a Super Bowl. But I wouldn't be shocked if like Tom Brady had a year where it was like, okay, it's a down year. Like sometimes you get caught up in contract years and shit. And it's like, you got to kind of reload a little bit. They're going to have to pay Burrow a fuckload. They're going to do that this offseason. So it's going to be tough for them to re-sign a lot of these guys.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens, but
I think this was their best opportunity in the immediate.
yeah.
But
I mean the big thing is if they can protect Burrow, then the ceiling for them will be
I sat right here.
not there,
I sat right here last week and I said the only way I really see it going Kansas City's way is if Chris Jones wrecks the game. And he pretty much did. So It's fucking crazy how.
And then they want to take shit away from Burrow, and Burrow was making the fucking plays there at the end.
Yeah.
Mahomes is the one that fucking threw it.
I know.
Did an Aaron Brooks. And that should have lost them the game. It's so a shame that the Bengals weren't able to capitalize in that situation.
Yeah. No, that one when Burrow scrambled and he fucking put that move on that one dude, I was like, oh
my
man.
Goodness, he broke his ankles.
Yeah. No, they were picking up timely third downs, but that was the thing.
The 4th and 6, the balls to
Jamar.
Oh man.
I know. No, that was when he threw it deep, I was like, oh my God. And then the camera pans over. I'm like, he's not open. No. Yeah, I'm like, he's not fucking open. Just goes up and gets it. Yeah, it was really unfortunate.
Yeah, and then didn't Kelsey score on 4th down as well?
Yeah, and both touchdowns.
What are we doing?
Both touchdowns from the Chiefs. The first one was to Kelsey, 4th and short, but then they throw it to the end zone, and it's like, dude, what are y'all fucking doing? But then Mike Hilton gets beat so bad and then recovers pretty well to the touchdown over the middle and nearly tips it.
Oh, yeah.
But he got broken the fuck off, dude. It's like the secondary didn't show up at all. You talk all that shit. Eli Apple, dude, it's so frustrating. I got to admit, a lot of people despise Travis Kelce, apparently. I love Travis Kelce.
No,
I think he's awesome. What he said to that mayor was fucking hilarious. Because that video from the mayor was so corny.
Oh, was it?
That was the worst. And I feel like that motherfucker doesn't even care about football. He's just capitalizing off of what's popular right now to try to grow his own popularity. He couldn't give two shits about the Bengals.
Why don't people like Kelce?
They feel like he's annoying or he's up there screaming, you got to fight for your right to party, and he's loud and outspoken. People just don't
so he's happy.
Exactly. People, yeah, exactly. If somebody's loud, people feel threatened and they want to
love
fucking
to
complain.
hate, bro. You can't be happy in this world without people hating on you.
But yeah, he said he didn't, yeah, he's like, and I got something to say to that Cincinnati mayor. What did he say? He said, know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni. Dude, I was dying.
I like that.
I was dying. You can't talk all that shit and then lose. You're going to get it. You got to fucking sit there and take it back.
Yeah, I thought they were doing a little too much. You know?
Yeah, the Burrow head, Eli Apple going crazy.
I called it a slam dunk, but what y'all are doing is a totally another thing.
No, yeah. When the mayor made that video, I was like, we're fucked.
I was like, what are y'all trying to do here?
It's like y'all didn't win yet. Wait till you fucking win and then talk shit. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. You can't talk that much shit and not expect them to give it back to you. So I hate that whole I'm smoking on this Burrow pack. When did that become cool to say?
It was funny when his dad said it. Though. I can't lie. When Mahomes' dad said it,
I don't know.
He said, "You got a cigar?" I see. He said, "Yeah, I'm smoking on that Joe Burrow."
Yeah, I don't understand why that became the thing though.
Well, because of the whole probably, Burrow head.
No. I know. I'm saying just to say I'm smoking on whoever I just beat. I'm smoking on that pack. Why is that?
That's something people are doing.
Yeah,
they've been saying that for years now. Yeah,
smoking on that whatever pack.
Yeah, and whoever you
pack
beat.
of cigarettes.
I don't fucking know. Dude.
I don't really get the joke, to be honest.
I'm not hip anymore. What'd you think of Mahomes and his ankle?
It was an issue, I thought.
Yeah, it blows me away that the Bengals lost the game.
They weren't able to produce much of a pass rush.
No,
right.
That was one of the things I was kind of concerned with because the Chiefs their offensive line has been really good this year.
Pretty fucking phenomenal.
So, I mean, that was a thing that we probably didn't talk about enough going into it.
Yeah.
But
no, they controlled the trenches both sides.
Yeah.
Dominated them. You have a banged up Mahomes. His top 3 targets outside of Kelsey end up getting hurt and going out of the game. Kelsey apparently hurt his back and was questionable to play. They lose their number 1 corner. Their best linebacker got hurt. I don't know if he came back in. But it's like, holy fuck, why can't we take advantage of this? And it did. It slowed down in the second half. They started getting multiple stops, but then they couldn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy, dude. It really is. There was so many things. Like I said, both of Kansas City's first 2 touchdowns were right there, nearly weren't. And if it's not, completely
it's a
different
game of inches.
It's crazy.
There was the 1 third down where Burrow was scrambling out to the left and he evaded the rush. It was a really good rush too, and then T. Higgins is going to be open.
Tip the ball.
And that defender made an incredible play.
He still almost caught it too.
Yeah.
On the readjustment, I was looking. I was like, damn, he still probably should have caught it. No, it drives me nuts.
Who's Chris Evans? Is that the third string running back?
Yeah.
Man, it was winding down on halftime. They didn't score right before halftime, right? They had all 3 timeouts. Chris Evans has a wide open lane to get out of bounds. He goes for the first down, stays in bounds. They got to burn the timeout.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out to be you need that timeout for another shot at the end zone.
Yes.
I said it while I was watching it.
Yeah.
Just poor decisions.
No, yeah, I think that I don't know if that was the one I was looking at or if it was a different situation, but it involved timeouts, and I felt like Zach Taylor botched it. So that might have been because I was saying call timeout when there was I think it was 48 seconds left.
Before half.
I said fucking call timeout,
I know.
and then he didn't. They get up and they ran another play and wasted too much damn time, and then they had to burn back-to-back timeouts.
Yes.
There's so much shit that goes into it.
Think about that. That's 7 points or 4 points because they got a field goal out
Yeah,
of it.
no, 100%. It all fucking matters. And that's why everything matters, every little bit, even college basketball. I'm like, fuck, when they miss a free throw in the first 2 minutes of the game, but then you bet over and they're at the line and they need a fucking free throw or they need 3 points and they're at the line shooting 2. Like that one every fucking thing matters in all of sports. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, it's still early. Fuck no. It all matters. It drives me nuts. I really, really wanted to see the Bengals go back. But I think there's money to be made on this one.
It's going to be a good game.
Oh, it's going to be a great game.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a game. So Bengals -1.5. They do not get it done. It came down to the wire. And it's like when you look at it in hindsight, it's like, were they going to march into Arrowhead 2 years in a row and come away with a win? Nearly did. The Bengals are no fucking joke. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like they're gonna go back and forth for a while. Him and Mahomes, Burrow and Mahomes.
Yeah, and Allen's definitely not out the mix.
Yeah. He sucks. So I go one. Actually, we all go 1-1. That brings me to 56, 52-1. I'm on a losing streak with my locks. I think I've lost my last 3 in a row. That brings me to 12-9 for my locks of the week. So even on the losing streak for the locks, we're still leading the way positive there. Is yours updated?
No.
So Nick is 38, 27-3, 9, 10-1 in his locks of the week.
Mine's not updated.
And then Joseph's 35, 47-2. 7, 12-1 in his locks of the week. So yeah, all we have left is the Super Bowl. You have secured, I mean, it's been secured for a couple weeks, but you secured the lead in the NFL record as well. Let it be known that I have secured the lead in the locks portion.
One of my locks got taken away.
Why is that? How?
The game got canceled
Bengals,
because
Bills.
of Hamlin.
Well, don't blame it on him.
Idiot.
Yeah, blame it on T. Higgins.
I was on the Bills anyway.
But yeah, so that's where our records currently stand. All we have left is the Super Bowl. It is very unfortunate that we won't get to see Joe Burrow back in it, but we have a good one ahead. It's going to be a great game. We are going to have a shitload of props for you next week. And then, next week, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Because it's the weekend after.
Correct. So, yeah, we're going to have a shitload of props. We're going to have our best bets for the game. I might get crazy bet aside and the total. Who knows? I got to look into it.
But it flipped
What do you mean?
the line.
What's it at now?
Oh, well, it opened at Chiefs were favored by 2 or 2.5.
Yeah.
Philadelphia is favored by 2.
Yes,
Chiefs were
yeah.
favored
That's what I
to
saw
open?
last.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of injuries, I guess.
I mean,
Yeah. All right, so if you're listening right now and you have not already subscribed to the YouTube page, Big Easy Bets TV, I'm giving out plays of the day for college basketball. We have 2 tonight, which if you're listening to this now, this is for last night. But again, $300 giveaway will be on the horizon here shortly. Go ahead, hit subscribe, tell a friend. We'll speed up that process and how quickly we can give away some more money. So again, Curly, 1972, congratulations on winning. Episode 144. Anything to say before we go?
Goodbye.
good luck.
All right, y'all have a good one. Who dat?
The house
I
always
don't know what I'm saying.
play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. I've been practicing this speech a little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
No, it was good. I liked it.